was a pretty interesting day. I went for the student orientation leader training at school today because school is going to be starting up on September the 8th, but next week, Monday and Tuesday, and then there's another one on Friday, I think, they're having orientations for the new students. But there was an added bonus to the meeting today. I got to see the new Argonaut building, and it's really quite impressive. I think the school's done a great job. On a further note, I was actually I was under the impression that the meeting was supposed to be at 9 o'clock today instead of 1, so I ended up having to go over to the DIA to spend some of my time, and I was really impressed with some of the improvements that have been made in the DIA. Collection's really interesting. There was this short documentary exhibit that was going on in there, action reaction, and it's pretty cool. If you guys get a chance to go to the DIA, I highly recommend that you take your time to stop by there and look at that. But talked to John today, and he said that our train station project is still going in a good direction, and what we're talking about now is replacing the fencing that's in front of the train station that has the barbed wire on top of it with like my goodness, I keep getting text messages. The idea is to replace the fencing with the barbed wire on top of it with like, I don't know if anybody's familiar with what the fence looks like in front of the White House, but something similar to that. It's like black aluminum, you know, and it's supposed to look more appealing, you know, to the front of it instead of making it look like a prison and such. And then we're going to focus on getting some accent lighting to light up the front of the building and show off its architectural features and stuff, and try and get some of the glass replaced in the front, and you know, get the glass that's broken in the front in the main waiting room area replaced. Slowly start working on that so we can keep things moving along up until the winter time, and then start focusing on everything again in the spring, because 2010 is going to be a very crucial year for the train station, because it has it's going to have 100 years on its back. That actual building will have been standing 100 years by next year, so it's really important that we focus on that, basically, because it's a historical milestone. Unless otherwise, there hasn't been too much going on. Like I said, school's going to be starting up again soon. I got all my important stuff replaced, so you know, I can start getting back into all my favorite hobbies and stuff again. And this weekend's really important because my one of my best friends, Chris Klonica, is going away to Michigan State. He's going to be starting school there, so I just want to give a great big shout out to wish him best of luck at State. I don't really know what else there is to say. There hasn't really been much pondering on my mind this week. Well, that's kind of a lie, because there's somebody that's on my mind, and I really don't want to say that person's name because that person might be watching this video, so I'll just leave them to guess. Maybe they'll figure out. But this person's been on my mind for like the last 2 weeks. I just cannot stop thinking about them, and it's driving me nuts. You know, I think about them continuously, and want to be with them. And well, I don't know. It's a long story, but here's my challenge to everybody for this journal. have you taken the time to realize things around you? Have you developed in maybe your own sense, shall we say, like a philosophy or a philosophical way of looking at things? Like, there's the old sayings, like early to bed, early to rise, makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. And then there's, other sayings like life beats down and crushes the soul, but art and music can remind us that we have one. You know, reading some philosophy myself, like Friedrich Nietzsche and Plato and stuff, which I might add is some very heavy reading material. I've come up with my own idea that living life with your eyes closed and your mind wide open, in a literal sense, people, come on, let's be straightforward here. It's basically saying that we should always be aspiring to think with our minds more often than with what we see and what we want to see, because you truly can't really get to what you want to see until you think about it, like, literally. Like, let's look at the train station project, for example. If me, John, and Ashton hadn't set down this foundation that we have right now with being officially recognized as a non-profit organization, then, it would have like some shaky ground in the future as we got further on down the line with the project and started raising money to pay for things and all that. There wouldn't be the solid foundation of having me, John, and Ashton heading everything and having that non-profit account there to take in all the money and putting down all our short-term goals first and then all the long-term goals ahead of us. It's thinking like that allows anything to be successful. And even if it isn't successful right away, it's going to be successful within an amount of time, because you're planning for everything. And as long as you keep up on it, it would most definitely follow through. I happen to think that maybe some of our corrupt Detroit politicians could learn from some of these aspects. Ooh. Excuse me, sorry. Maybe some of our corrupt Detroit politicians could learn from some of these aspects, but we can only hope, right? Hope and dream that the best may occur. But, unless otherwise, that's the journal for this week for August the 28th. Even though I was supposed to have it out on August the 26th, but I was a little busy. But, anyways, that's everything, and as usual, I appreciate everybody's comments, suggestions. Surprisingly, I even got a photo and a video response, so well done. I always welcome everything, and make sure that you always stop by and check out my channel on YouTube, VACH 2006, or visit me at www.myspace.com/KOVACHKRIS. That's Kovac Chris, and that's my place on the World Wide Web temporarily until I can find some time to make a better webpage or actually pay for my own web hosting. So that's another story. But everybody stay cool. Don't let your dreams get shot down the drain. Just look at me, for example. I've had a lot of roadblocks that have come up in the past year, but I've barreled right through them, and I've focused on everything that has been going on. Basically, you just have to have the will and the determination, and even if you can't find it sometimes, trust me, there's always going to be friends or somebody else that you know that's going to be there to help you get right through it. So just focus on everything, and if you see something wrong, take action. Do to the best of your ability what you think you can do to fix it or change it, and you might astound yourself. It's like, go chasing life head on, because you might find it a little surprising with what some of the results may be most of the time. And then you might say to yourself, gee, I've been missing this all along. So everybody, make sure you have a great weekend, and be sure to have a happy Labor Day, which is coming up soon, and keep it cool. Bye.